Good. Why isn't no music? Why isn't no music? There we go. I don't know what happened. Good morning and happy Tuesday to the Ungovernables, the Captain's Crew, the LFA family, McGroin Nation, coming to you live from the deep red state of Tennessee on rumble.com/LFA TV. Welcome to Ungoverned. Oh, I know what happened. I was in the wrong mode. Got it. I was in the wrong mode. We're good. We're good. Happy Tuesday. Happy Victory Tuesday for those of you who are a fan of the New York Islanders. Woo! Now, shouldn't have let that game go to overtime last night, but that's okay. That's all right. We got 2 points against the Devils, who are apparently a good team this year. So, happy on the hockey front, that's for sure. Good morning to everybody. We're going to be talking about how the Democrats now, after, 40-plus days, and technically, because the House hasn't voted on the CR, there were some slight changes, right? There were some slight changes to the CR to open the government, but nothing huge, except I think they added some back pay and they took away some of the cuts, the job cuts, which is, in the grand scheme of things, we're no worse off than we were before the shutdown. But, one of the elements of this whole thing, for 40 plus days, has been that the Democrats have been blaming the shutdown on Republicans, right? The Democrats have been saying it's a Trump shutdown. The low, and I will say this, and I don't like the low IQ talking point. All right, it's a very low IQ talking point that the shutdown is because Republicans control. It's Republicans' fault because Republicans control the House and the Senate and the presidency. Ridiculous, considering you need 60 votes in the Senate to get the CR passed, and there are not 60 Republican votes. Okay? Therefore, when you then dive into the voting records and habits and the actual vote tallies, right, the scorecard, Republicans have been voting overwhelmingly in favor of passing the continuing resolution and ending the government shutdown or averting the government shutdown before it even started. It's been the Democrats that have been standing in the way. Now they're not standing in the way, and they're upset with themselves for not standing in the way, admitting that for the last 40 plus days, they've been standing in the way. Can't fix stupid. Can't fix stupid. We will talk about all of that and more before we get to anything today. Happy Veterans Day. It is Veterans Day. Unfortunately in this country, veterans get a day, and, freaks, furries, transgenders, everybody else, they get, weeks upon weeks upon weeks, months of recognition. Veterans get a day, but not in our community, right? Not in our chat, not in our stream. We always talk about veterans here, and today is Veterans Day. So to anybody who is currently serving, to anybody who has served, to anybody who has protected our freedoms, defended our republic, we say thank you, but not just today. We say thank you 365 days a year. And for those of you with Sirius XM subscriptions, I encourage you to listen to Andrew Wilkout today between 12 and 3. He is going to be, today is their final day of their Operation Close Air Support. They do it every year, and it looks like they're going to do over $400,000, if not $500,000 in 100% proceeds for veterans charities. There's Heroes Hill out here in Knox County, which Glenn Jacobs, who we were with last night at T-Bones in Politics here in Rutherford County, which was a fun time, as was our time with Tim Burchett. He's a cool dude. Mm-hmm. That was a good time. Mayor Joe Carr running for re-election here in Rutherford County. So we had a good time. I made a Sasquatch Letitia James joke that Congressman Burchett had to hide that he was laughing. I said, Burchett is always looking for Bigfoot, always looking for Sasquatch. I found him. It's Letitia James, and apparently Brennan saw him turn and hide the fact that he could not contain himself with that joke. So no, he's a fun a fun person, and we were with him last night, so that was fun. Glenn Jacobs, but this charity that Andrew Wilkow is this operation, he's been doing it for years. They did over $300,000 in donations last year. They're going to do over $400,000, if not close to $500,000 this year. Operation Close Air Support. Heroes Hill is the charity that we donated to, which is out in Knox County. And what's interesting about that, I think, what Heroes Hill is they're building tiny homes for veterans who are homeless, and they're actually using trade schools, right, like building schools, as some of the labor. So the kids, the students who are building these homes, they're learning how to become builders, architects, etc. in the construction field. It's not free labor, right? Obviously, there are costs, but and it's not just a bunch of kids, stacking Legos, and the veterans are going to go live in some house that's been built, in a slapstick kind of way. But we donated to Heroes Hill. There are 4 choices you could choose from, and you could choose, divided amongst all 4. But we decided to go with the local one. But that is today between 12 and 3. I would encourage you to listen to the Wilkow Majority today on SiriusXM if you have a subscription, channel 125, just because it's Veterans Day, and it's I've never actually heard them do this broadcast, so I'll be listening as well.
Well,
because
and I propose an idea.
Yes.
Because we know how my birthday is my birth month.
Yeah, right.
It's the whole month.
It's Veterans Month.
It's Veterans Month. I think we should start celebrating all of the month and just make it a thing. Instead of we're complaining, it's just one day. Let's just start making it the whole month.
Well, I think we did. There was a Veterans Month. I think people did that in June to counter Pride Month and stuff. But I don't think we should be using veterans to virtue signal against something. I think
let's just make November.
Let's just thank our veterans every day. But yes, November can be Veterans Month. That's fine.
I can share my birth month with them.
There you go. Brennan is sharing her birth month with the veterans. Oh, okay.
I'll share my month with you.
The veterans do deserve more than what they're given. Especially, my whole thing is if there's a homeless veteran in this country, not a dollar should go overseas. That's the way I feel. And some people disagree. They're like, no, we have to have no. If there's a homeless veteran in our country, not a dollar should go overseas. Not a dollar should go to illegals. If you have illegal aliens in our country giving birth, send them back over the border and let them give birth somewhere else. The veterans deserve, the care and the assistance from our government before anybody else. So that is that Happy Veterans Day. And remember to thank a veteran, not just today, but remember to thank a veteran every day. Every day. It's today is Veterans Day, the 11th. And I do encourage you to listen to the Wilkow Majority today on I'm not going to be on it. I just want you to listen to it. It's a great way to spend your Veterans Day between 12 and 3. It's going to be very cool. Anyway, birth month, your poor mother's birth canal, H.R. Shaw says. There you go. All right, before we get to all the good stuff, I want to get to a word from our friends over, because we're going to talk about the government shutdown, the way the Democrats are characterizing the shutdown now. By the way, before we do all the serious stuff today, I want to get to a funny moment in the Oval Office today. This happened, of course, yesterday. This is Donald Trump talking about Buttigieg. I love the way he messes around with his name. Buttigieg. Watch this.
Can you guarantee to Americans that travel is going to go back to normal once the government...
That travel is? Oh, yeah. It'll go better than normal. You know why?
When the government reopens.
Yeah, sure. It'll be much better than normal because we're buying the most sophisticated avionics and, technology for our control towers. And we didn't have that. We had a guy named Buttigieg. Buttigieg, they say, is the best way. Just say 2 edges, like off the edge of a cliff, which is where they were taking us, by the way. Buttigieg was the Secretary of Transportation, and he spent billions of dollars trying to patch together our air traffic control system, which was a conglomeration of all different systems in all different cities. They had hundreds of companies working on it, and they were spending billions of dollars. And when they turned it on, it didn't work. It didn't even work a little bit. That's why you had a helicopter crashing into an airplane, that if we had a great system, bells and whistles would have started going off. So we are now in the process. We're in final bids of getting the finest system anywhere in the world. I've analyzed it. Sean Duffy has been working really hard on it, doing a fantastic job, by the way. And over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be handing out the finest air traffic control system anywhere in the world. All the towers will be equipped. they were going copper wire into glass wire into other types of wire. And if you knew anything, you know copper wire doesn't work with glass. You know glass doesn't work with other substances. And they spent billions of dollars, and when they turned it on, nothing happened. Okay? We're getting the most sophisticated, all brand new. Every control tower will have the same exact system. It'll be the most sophisticated system by far in the world. And what we've done is we've looked around other countries, and we've taken the absolute best systems in every different form, because there are different. You have lots of different companies like IBM and Raytheon and a lot of great companies. They're all bidding, and we're going to pick the best one, and it'll get built relatively quickly, and we are going to have the greatest air traffic control system anywhere in the world.
There he was, making fun of boot edge. I love when he does that, boot edge, like edge. He used to say like edge of a building. Now he says like edge, like off the edge of a cliff, because that was the direction we were heading. I love it. I think he's great. Whenever he makes fun of these Democrats, it's especially like they're golden boys, right? You know, Buttigieg is gay, so you can't criticize Buttigieg, right? Oh, you must hate gays. No, I just think Pete Buttigieg is a moron. That's all, you know? It's like Obama. It's like you're criticizing Obama because he's black. No, I'm criticizing Obama because his signature piece of legislation, the Affordable Care Act, was a failure. That's why I'm criticizing Obama. Okay. Let's get to a word from our friends over at OFP Farms. It's OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com, OFPFarms.com. Explore the wonderful quality of Faith Farm and Freedom products with a special limited time discount on your entire purchase. Take a peek at the lineup. From OFP Farms, they are America's go-to soap company, famous for natural ingredients, the skin-loving perks of tallow and goat milk, and a big heart for farm-to-family skincare. Now, whether you're looking for gentle skincare or thoughtful gifts, these products bring together expert care and good values to make your daily routine that much better. Do not miss this chance to enjoy premium products that support your health and ethical choices for the entire family. OFP Farms is the small family farm with big love. Take a look. This is the website, OFPFarms.com. If you use the promo code Sean, SHAWN, you will get 15% off of your entire order. That is OFPFarms.com, promo code Sean. It's my first name, SHAWN, OFP Farms, OFP Farms, Oscar Foxtrot, Papa Farms.com. Promo code Sean, Sierra Hotel Alpha Whiskey November. That is OFP, Oscar Foxtrot, PapaFarms.com. Promo code Sierra Hotel Alpha Whiskey November. OFPFarms.com. Check them out. Holiday season is right around the corner. You see OFP Farms getting in the holiday groove. It is 11/11 today. We are a month and a half away from Christmas Day. Get your shopping done. Get your shopping done. And start at OFPFarms.com. Use the promo code SHAWN. All right.
That's right.
That's right.
Do it.
And do it now. Do it now. Do it now. All right. Another quick word from our friends over at Silent, if I could spell. SLNT.com/Sean, SLNT.com/Sierra Hotel Alpha Whiskey November. Let's face it, your phone is a tracking device. Between government agencies, big tech, corporate data brokers, even cyber criminals, they're all fighting for a piece of your digital footprint, and they're not asking. They just go on and take it. That's so annoying. You know how annoying it is when you have your phone listening to everything you say? You got people stealing your data no matter where you go. You think you're secure. You think you got a VPN on. You're going to be good. Nope, people are stealing your data. That is why Silent exists. They make Faraday gear that blocks all wireless signals, cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, RFID, and near-field communications. No signal means no tracking, no remote access, and no breadcrumbs. It's the same technology trusted by special operations teams worldwide, used to block signals, avoid surveillance, and secure communications wherever the mission leads. And right now, all of that technology is available to you to protect your family, to protect your freedom, and to secure your digital footprint. To strap your phone in a Silent Faraday sleeve, and it is off the grid, completely silent and invisible to the outside world. Got to try this stuff, guys. From their backpacks to sleeves to their crossbodies, Silent's patented technology gives you control of your privacy. Visit slnt.com/Sean to save 15% and get free shipping on qualifying orders. That is Silent, slnt.com/Sean. Protect your rights, secure your data, and stay one step ahead. slnt.com. Silence the chaos and go silent today. That's right. All right. Nancy,
get it together.
Nancy just keeps chatting over there. She is very.
No one's talking to you, Nancy.
She is very belligerent. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy's teeth. Nancy Pelosi. All right. The Democrats are owning the fact that they caused the shutdown. Ding, 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 ding. I need a bell. I need one of those. Ding, 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 ding. The Democrats are owning the fact that they caused the shutdown. Okay? Because they did cause the shutdown. For the stupid people, think about it. You're a very stupid person if you don't understand it. The Republicans could never end the shutdown by themselves unless they ended the filibuster. That's a conversation for a different day. Could they have ended the filibuster? Sure, they had the votes to, but there weren't enough of them who wanted to end the filibuster, and there's a valid argument on both sides regarding the filibuster. The bottom line is the rules as they are currently made up and composed and as they are currently set in the Senate state that you have to have 60 votes to pass this continuing resolution. There are 53 Republicans, really 52, because Rand Paul is an automatic no if it's a continuing resolution. So you needed 7, possibly 8, possibly more Democrats to get the government reopened. Okay? John Fetterman happened to be one of these Democrats who was out there voting always in favor of funding the government, right? Believing that it was stupid to hold it closed. It was reckless. It was possibly destructive. It was dangerous regarding air travel. And so John Fetterman was one of those Democrats. But the problem is the rest of his party didn't want to do it. They were playing a political game. There were not 60 votes to reopen the government ever in the Senate until the last couple of days. That's not Republicans' fault because there aren't 60 Republicans in the Senate, okay? There were not 60 votes. The Democrats were standing in the way. There are a lot of people who don't seem to understand that. Well, Republicans control the House, and Republicans control the Senate, and Republicans control the executive branch. So Republicans are the reason why the government is shut down. No, all you have to do is know how things actually work, and you'll realize it was the Democrats the entire time standing in the way, keeping the government shut down. And they're trying to prolong it right now. Right now, after weeks of complaining. 6 weeks. Oh, Republican shutdown, Trump shutdown. Now they're like, we want to continue the shutdown because we want health care for illegals. We want to continue the shutdown. We want to prolong the shutdown. Hakeem Jeffrey, don't make me get the sombrero back out. Don't make me do it, Hefe. We'll do it. We'll do it. Democrats are admitting now that they are the ones who shut the government down. Look, the Senate voted 60-40 to end the government shutdown. The bill heads back to the House for a final vote. Okay? So they got enough Democrats to join on. Everything was agreed upon in the Senate. The test vote passed on Sunday night. The real vote passed yesterday. This bill now heads back to the House. It has to head back to the House because there were tiny changes in this bill, not consequential changes in this bill. And we'll actually get to what is in this bill. But the Senate voted yesterday 60-40 to pass a continuing resolution to fund the government, bringing the United States one step closer to reopening the federal government after weeks of Democrats continuously voting down these resolutions. Nothing of substance changed in the CR from when they first introduced it on October 1st to now. Nothing of substance changed, meaning the Democrats didn't get anything. It's not like they were holding the government closed for something that they would receive, right? Like health care for illegals. And then they got that thing and they were like, see, that's all you had to do. Now we can compromise and fund. They didn't get that. They got a promise of a vote on extending the ACA subsidies, which was going to fail anyway. The Democrats didn't get anything. The entire shutdown was pointless. They were holding out to get something, and they got nothing. Nothing. What they did get, obviously, was their base a little riled up for the elections last week. That's really all they got. And in the grand scheme of things, was it worth it? Was it worth it? You needed a government. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me if you're a Democrat right now, one of these national Democrats, the DNC, etc., you needed, think of this. The Democrats are so weak right now that they needed a government shutdown to win 2 elections for governor in blue states? Really? You needed a government shutdown to win the gubernatorial election in Virginia? You needed a government shutdown to encourage your base to win a gubernatorial election in New Jersey? You needed a government shutdown to get Prop 50 to pass in Pennsylvania? Really? Wow, things must not be good for the Democrat Party then, if that's the case. Because they got nothing. The only thing the government shutdown got them was a little bit of a talking point. And, as Joe Scarborough pointed out, and I don't love the guy, but he was right. We talked more about the shutdown and less about crime. Crime is the issue that Democrats lose on every single time. Not a soul. There is not a soul. Maybe there's a soul, but there's not many souls who want to live. If you ask them, you want to live in a safe place or an unsafe place, that they'd say, I want to live in the unsafe place, man. That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like where I want to raise my family. It sounds like where I want to live. That sounds like a good place. No. If you want to live in if you ask somebody, do you want to live in a safe community or an unsafe community? 99.9% of people are going to say, I want to live in a safe community. It's common sense. It's common sense, right? Dan Bongino's number 1 rule, don't get dead.
Yep.
One good way to avoid getting dead is to live in a place where it's less likely that you'll get dead, right? It's very simple. It's very simple. People don't want to live in an unsafe community. Most people anyway. Okay? And that's a losing issue for the Democrats because everywhere Democrats are in control, the community happens to be unsafe. Everywhere. So we stopped talking about crime. We started talking about the shutdown because the shutdown was the new thing. And the crime was the kind of, the same talking points, the National Guard in Chicago, in Portland, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one thing that got them. But really, the Democrats used the shutdown to rile up their base. And they made their stupid, uneducated, uninformed, blissfully ignorant, cultish, sheepish base convinced that despite the fact that you needed 7, if not 8, if not more Democrats in the Senate to pass the continuing resolution, and they refused to join on with Republicans, right? They convinced their base that it was actually Republicans that were holding the government shutdown in place. And get out and vote, even though the offices that they were voting for in governor in Virginia, governor in New Jersey, couldn't impact the government shutdown anyway because they're state offices, not federal offices. So everything about the Democrats and their base, and it's like, don't insult the voters. I'm going to insult those ardent Democrats. You're all really dumb people. You just are. You are stupid people if you believe a word that comes out of the mouth of Chuck Schumer. If you believe a word that comes out of the mouths of Hakeem Jeffries or Nancy Pelosi or Bernie Sanders. We will not rest until everybody has health care. He says that health care is a right, meaning doctors are slaves. If you claim that it is your right to somebody else's work, to somebody else's labor, you view them as a slave. You view them as a slave. If you walk into a restaurant and believe it is your human right to eat what is cooked in that kitchen and you don't have to pay for it, you believe those people are your slaves. They're not providing a service to you in exchange for money, right? You believe they're slaves. We will not rest until every hombre in our country, we love the Spanish people, have health care. Think of it. This is where we're at now. This is where we're at now. It was the Democrats holding out, and the Democrats stopped holding out, and now the government shutdown is going away. And boy, are there Democrats right now that are very angry with Chuck Schumer. Very angry with Chuck Schumer. Let's get to some of those lawmakers, shall we? Because I love seeing the division amongst the Democrat Party. I love seeing the division in the Democrat Party.
Maybe honk.
We have to honk the hall. Are we having
over 800?
Are we having a seizure right now because of it?
A couple of us.
All right, here we go.
I am included today.
We have a hedgehog. We get to 800 so early. We might have to.
No. You're going to make Bad Moon absolutely.
We might have to. We may have to graduate to 900. And then 1,000 for Magamo, and then 1,100 for Clover.
Don't do that to
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
No, I object.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. We may have to put that resolution in the House of Representatives and see what happens.
No.
Put it up to a vote.
No, you're gonna make Bad Moon really upset.
That's kind of what I'm trying to.
Today is
that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to push a few buttons and see the reaction here. It's called we do a little trolling, right? We do a little trolling. Fonda knows. Fonda strikes me as somebody who might have been like a football coach. Like
Fonda was in the military a long time.
You see that? Like, you don't give away things easily. You start small, but you can graduate to a. Fonda gets
I won't let him do it, guys.
Fonda gets it.
I'll take care of business. The 0-1-2.
Papa Lee says, "Do it, I dare you." There we go. All right, cool. Let me see. Let's take a look at some of these lawmakers now that we honked the hedgehog, right? Which sounds so gross because that's the first way we used it, honking the hedgehog. But Democrat lawmakers are angry with Chuck Schumer, which to me is hilarious. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer voted no against the package on Sunday, although enough Democrats voted with Republicans on a cloture vote, bringing the debate on the package to a close, meaning it could pass with a simple majority without the obstacle of the filibuster. Despite his vote against the package, left-wing Democrats are still enraged over his apparent inability to keep more moderate Democrats from breaking ranks to open up the government without an extension on the Obamacare subsidies. Ro Khanna, remember Ro Khanna? He was one of those who jumped on the Epstein hoax. Senator Schumer is no longer effective and should be replaced. If you can't lead the fight to stop healthcare premiums from skyrocketing for Americans, what will you fight for? Representative Seth Moulton of Massachusetts also called for new leadership and added, if Chuck Schumer were an effective leader, he would have united his caucus to vote no tonight and hold the line on healthcare. Maybe now Ed Markey will finally join me in pledging to not vote for Schumer. Let's see. Progressive Senator, here she comes. Ready? Woo! Pocahontas. We love Pocahontas. Chief Spitting Bull. Right? You look at that. Chief Spitting Bull. I will not support a deal that does nothing to make healthcare more affordable. Stop! Bernie Sanders did this and said, healthcare, our system is broken. Our system is dysfunctional. It's your system, pal. It's Obamacare. I thought it was supposed to. What is the real name of Obamacare? ACA. Brendan, do you remember what ACA stands for in terms of Obamacare?
Oh, my God.
As I short circuit? ACA.
America.
No.
Oh, cost.
Affordable Care Act.
That's what I was going to say. I was making sure you knew what it was.
Affordable Care Act. Bernie Sanders. Health care is unaffordable for 20 million Americans. Pocahontas is out there sending smoke signals saying, I will not vote for health care if it's not affordable. I will not vote for this plan if health care is not affordable. It's your plan. It's your plan. The Affordable Care Act. My goodness. Pocahontas is admitting that the Affordable Care Act is a failure right here. Right here. I will not support a deal that does nothing to make health care more affordable. Okay. The Affordable Care Act was supposed to make health care more affordable. It didn't. So, in Pocahontas' mind, in Bernie Sanders' mind, the subsidies that were already in place in the Affordable Care Act were supposed to make health care more affordable. It didn't, right? It didn't. Obviously, that's why they had to add more subsidies during COVID to the Affordable Care Act to make health care more affordable. If dumping and throwing a bunch of subsidies at the healthcare system in this country does not work, what makes you think that dumping even more subsidies at it and throwing more subsidies at it will work? It doesn't work. For everybody all the Democrats who are like, the healthcare system in our country is a disaster. It's your system. This is Obamacare. What part of that is so? Why can't people see that? Folks, do me a favor. If you're watching this right now, take out your phone and screen record what I'm about to say, okay? If to all of the Democrats who are complaining about the cost of healthcare and the healthcare system in our country, and they're complaining, Bernie Sanders, the healthcare system is dysfunctional and nobody can afford healthcare, which is a basic human right. For all of the Democrats who are saying things like that, it's your system. This is Obamacare. You passed it in 2009. The Affordable Care Act was supposed to make healthcare affordable. It hasn't. You're now admitting it. You're saying healthcare is not affordable. Gee, I wonder why. Why don't you stop beating around the bush and just say, the Affordable Care Act sucks. Let's do something different. Well, bottom line is, before we got into that, because that got me really mad, Pocahontas is unhappy with Elizabeth Warren, with Chuck Schumer. Seth Moulton is unhappy with Chuck Schumer. Ro Khanna is unhappy with Chuck Schumer. Those that voted with Republicans in the Senate included John Fetterman, Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, Janine Shaheen of New Hampshire, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, Jackie Rosen of Nevada, Tim Kaine of Virginia, and Dick Durbin of Illinois. By the way, Tim Kaine of Virginia was like, I was too focused on the elections in Virginia to worry about the CR. Your job is not to meddle in state elections. You're a federal senator. How do these people get elected?
Is her name really Jean Shaheen?
Janine Shaheen.
I can't.
Yeah. You know, when people think this whole thing is theater, look.
No, it's
Jean Shaheen.
Jean Shaheen.
She must have had a rough childhood.
Her parents really should have not done that.
See, they
oh my gosh.
They effed that one up.
Jeannie Shaheen.
Jeannie Shaheen. All right. I'm going to get into the specifics of what is in the deal to reopen the government so we can be clear. It's a nice Epic Times breakdown of what is included in the deal to reopen the government. Before we do that, it is time, while we have some fun with some wordplay, it is time to talk about one of my favorite companies, OldGloryBank.com. You know about Old Glory Bank. We love Old Glory. Don't we love Old Glory Bank? They're great people. This is your favorite president, Donald J. Trump. You know who I'm talking about. The greatest. King Donald. They call me King Donald. And I'm here to tell you about Old Glory Bank, the premier bank for faith and freedom. We love faith and freedom. We love Old Glory Bank. You've heard me talk about how the big crooked banks debanked me and our beautiful First Lady. Following the rigged election, it was rigged as hell, so rigged in 2020. Thankfully, there's a bank that loves your favorite president as much as I do. Old Glory Bank, they don't debank Americans who love their country and honor the Constitution. That's right. You've heard me talk about Old Glory Bank. Old Glory Bank is America's best online bank that serves customers and small businesses in all 50 states. I'm proudly a customer. My wife is a customer. They've got everything that you need to bank online, including free accounts, free overdraft protection, early direct deposit, home loans, VA loans, and business loans. That is why Old Glory Bank quickly grew from $10 million in deposits to over $225 million in deposits. Your money is your business. Open an account today in minutes. Literally, it only takes minutes to open an account at oldglorybank.com. That is oldglorybank.com, oldglorybank.com. You're down with OGB. That's right. oldglorybank.com. We love them. They do a great job, and we've had no problems. We've had no problems with our Old Glory Bank account. All right, guys, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. One of my favorite times of the show. It's time to have a shitty time, huh? Right? It's time to... What did you say? Captain Shitties Salsa. Shid. SCHIDDYS. Experience the vibrant, sun-soaked full. Look at how much of this I ate yesterday. There's like none left. Look at that. Captain Shitties. We love it. Experience the vibrant sun-soaked flavors of the Southwest with this delicious salsa crafted with a meticulous blend of farm-fresh ingredients. There are no shortcuts here. Just vine-ripened tomatoes, crisp onions, a medley of zesty peppers, and a perfectly balanced spice blend that delivers an irresistible kick. This is a salsa for the flavor enthusiast. It is robust. It's got chunky texture. It makes it the ideal companion for endless culinary adventures. Use it to transform simple tortilla chips into an extraordinary snack. Layer it onto sizzling carnitas tacos for an instant upgrade. Mix it into your morning scrambled eggs or use it as a dynamic marinade for grilled chicken. The complex layered flavors offer a perfect balance of heat and savory depth that mass-produced alternatives simply cannot match. Stop settling for bland dips and watery sauces. So much water. This is not one of those salsas that collects water. I'm looking at it right now.
You don't sip it.
There's no water in this stuff. There's no water in this shit, right? Seize bold flavor and truly elevate your next meal or gathering. Discover the genuine taste of the Southwest, where every bite is an authentic explosion of flavor. Order today at Captain Shitties, SCHIDDYS.com. Don't type in SHIT. Don't type that in the internet. It's Captain Shitties, SCHIDDYS, Captain Shitties, Captain spelled out, .com, Captain Shitty Salsa. I love this stuff. It is delicious. It is now like I want to eat the rest of it today, but I'm back on keto for a short period of time. We will get to those tomorrow.
Oh, man.
We will do those tomorrow.
I wanted to throw
Okay,
one
you
at
could do it.
Okay.
No, don't throw them at me.
Okay. Do you want to do it here?
Yeah. They also have these amazing meat sticks, by the way. I think they should call them shit sticks, but that's okay. I think if we call them shid sticks, but these are it's like Slim Jims.
I had the
but
honey
better.
Barbecue.
You had the honey barbecue.
That was real good.
And she was like, "This is good."
Big fan.
So these are they have Captain Shitties. This is the shid sticks, the meat sticks.
They got a couple
on
different
there too.
flavors.
Couple different flavors. Got the sweet bourbon, the original flavor. There's the honey barbecue and the teriyaki.
I think I tried the teriyaki also.
And this is all good stuff. So Captain Shitties is more than just salsa, but this shit's good. I'll tell you, shit's good. All right, I want to get to. So we talked about the Democrats that are angry with Chuck Schumer. Before we do that, I want to get to a laugh break. Want to do a laugh break?
Yeah.
And we're also going to end. I got to remember to do that. Didn't remember to do this yesterday. We're going to end the stream over on YouTube. We're going to end the stream over on X. So if you're watching over on YouTube, make your way over to Rumble, which is the Cool Kids table. That's where the best live chat in the world is, as you see on your screen right now. You should see it. Where is it? Why is it not there? Where's my chat? There it is. It's taking a while today. We're going to have to do one of them 60-second things on the computer. If you're watching over on YouTube, do me a favor, rumble.com/LFA TV. Make a Rumble account. Follow LFA TV on there, and we will see you in the chat. We want to see you. Let us know you made the jump.